So you've just hit one of the best drives of the day and you find yourself right in the center of the fairway, green light into the green, and you go ahead and stone cold top your iron shot. It is demoralizing, soul destroying. But in this video, we're going to give you 5 very quick tips which could help you get rid of that shot for good. So if we're honest with ourselves, we've all hit a stone cold top at some point in our golf. Whether it was right back at the start of your golfing career or whether you're still struggling with them today, it is definitely a shot that we want to get rid of because number one, it can help you shoot better scores if you avoid it, and number two, it is just demoralizing, soul destroying, and it can often be embarrassing if you hit that top when it's a really pressure situation. So the lesson plan today is very quickly and very simply to give you 5 tips that you can employ in practice or on the golf course which can help you get rid of that dreaded top. This video is going to be, or these tips I should say, are going to be under 5 minutes. So we're going to rattle through them pretty quickly, but they are quite simple, so we can just go through them and get you striking those irons better than ever before. So let's get started with tip number 1. So tip number 1 is just about ball position, and this can be the first reason I see a golfer topping a golf ball. The golf club moves around your body on a big circle. The bottom of that circle is going to be somewhere in the middle of your heels. If that golf ball moves too far forward or too far back, the bottom of the circle doesn't happen where the ball is, and we can top it. So we can top a golf ball when it's too far back, and we can top it when it's too far forward. So we need to make sure that with your irons, you have that golf ball in the middle of your heels with your short and mid irons. And as you get past maybe a 7 iron, so your 6, your 5 and your 4, you're going to move them slightly further forward by about 2/3. But most of your irons are going to be around about the center, if not just a little bit further forward. If you can get that ball positioned correctly and directly under your sternum, that's going to mean that golf ball position is no longer the reason that you are topping those iron shots. Tip number 2 is all about what you do in the backswing and where your head goes. If you are that golfer who, from a starting position, has a head which moves excessively off the golf ball in the backswing, there is a very, very good chance that you could top the ball, because what you've effectively done is you've taken that circle that we've just discussed and you've shifted it away from the target. Therefore, if you don't shift it back, you can easily top the golf ball. So what I've done here is I've got an alignment stick into the ground at a fairly shallow angle, and when I take an address to this golf ball, I want to see it directly underneath the alignment stick. Now, if my head moves excessively, I get a very, very easy visual reference from that alignment stick that my head has moved. What I'm looking to do is make some backswings where the golf ball stays about under the alignment stick. The third reason that I see golfers topping the golf ball is because they're not getting enough weight or enough pressure onto their lead side early enough in the downswing. When we make contact with the golf ball, with all of the clubs, even the driver, we would want around about 70 to 80% of your weight or your pressure on that lead side. That's really, really important. Now, it doesn't start there and it doesn't stay there in the backswing. We have to move it there. So if you've done number 2 correctly and you have got your head nice and centered, tip number 3 is to really feel that you shift early into your lead side. So as you are completing your backswing, you're going to really feel like you're pushing down into the ground. The sensation I want you to have is you're very, very heavy under your lead side. So as I get into the top of the backswing and I transition, I'm really trying to feel like I'm applying a force downwards and towards the target to get heavy into that lead side. That's going to ensure that I've got that pressure, that weight into that lead side. That really helps with my contact and is a really, really good way to get rid of that top shot. Tip number 4 is all about radius, or quite simply, keeping your arms extended. When you set up to the golf ball, your arms are going to be pretty straight. We often see, as golfers approach impacts, we often see those arms starting to flex a little bit, the elbow starting to separate, and that shortens the radius, or effectively brings the club head closer to you. Therefore, the swing circle that you're moving the club on gets raised up away from the ground, and the result is very often a topped shot. So a great little exercise here is to practice hitting some short shots with a mid-iron over a distance of maybe 50 or 60 yards, and through the impact into your follow-through, you're trying to apply an inward pressure of your elbows. So that would look something like this. So the final tip, and tip number 5, is just about concept. What are you thinking and what are you trying to do on the golf course? This can be really, really important. So we know that all the best ball strikers have the lowest part of their swings at the bottom of their circle after the golf ball, target side. That's why we often see them take divots with their iron shots, and that's exactly what we're looking to do. So what I've done here is I've got my golf ball and I've placed a tee about the width of a club head in front of that golf ball. Now, when I hit shots in practice, I actually want to think about the tee rather than the ball. My goal is to say, can I make a backswing and can I strike that tee? That visual, that concept, and having that in your mind can really help you do lots of the things that we've discussed in this video. It can help you stay more centered. It can help you shift more pressure. It can help you keep those arms extended. Because if you're trying to hit the tee peg, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to move the head this way or pull the arms in. So the final tip is more of a concept. And the reason this is the final tip is because you can place that tee there in practice, but on the golf course, you can still visualize it there. Even though it's not, you can still have that concept and that visualization of that tee and really swing through to that point. And it can really help you control the low point and get rid of that top. And that's exactly what should happen. It was a good strike and the tee disappears to give me that feedback that I did exactly what I wanted to do. So if you are struggling with that shot, and trust me, lots of golfers do, and like we said right at the start, it is soul destroying, especially if it's a really important situation that you're in and you just see that ball trickling along the ground. But hopefully there's something there which can help you. Take those to the practice area. If any of them work, take them to the course, and I really hope that helps your game and you play better. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below. Comments box down there, the like button, and also subscribe as well. It is absolutely free. I'd love you to be part of my community, and hopefully these videos are going to help you play some better golf. Thanks for watching.